That's why you don't leave. That's why you don't leave the woods in November. Hey guys, Jeff here with Crossbow Nation, and welcome to another episode of Crossbow Nation TV. On this episode, you're going to join me in Kansas. It's the third week of November. The rut is still going on like crazy. We got tons of exciting footage to show you. I'll apologize now for the audio. It's a little bit windy at times, but if you've ever been out in Kansas, you know it's a little bit windy at times. So let's cut to the footage now and enjoy this hunt from Kansas. Kansas, baby. Yes.
I got the hunt for 10 minutes.
There's a deer that we call Anacostia.
That's a big old sucker.
Getting it done for the second year in a row at the Shiloh Ranch.
Very unusual, Bucky. Well, he's been rubbing.
Heading out at daybreak, and I was able to stop him and pull off a good shot.
I was just tickled to death.
Well, here he is. This is the 9 point we came in here for.
Biggest buck ever for me. So excited.
Crossbow Nation TV is brought to you by Camex Crossbows, Excalibur Crossbows, Mission Archery, Black Eagle Arrows, Muzzy Broadheads, Hawk Sport Optics, and Luminoc Lighted Arrow Nocks.
Well, it's the third week in November. Bill and I are both tagged out in Ohio, and now we're headed to Kansas to hunt with Horseshoe Hill Outfitters. So we had a week to hunt, and we were hunting from sunup to sundown. It was long days in the stand, but it was easy to sit there because we were seeing a ton of rutting activity and a ton of bucks just out cruising and chasing doe.
over 30 years, Excalibur has led the way in crossbow performance. We've crossed the strongest rivers. We've battled the harshest conditions. We've climbed into countless tree stands. We've stalked endless miles. We asked ourselves, how do you make the world's best crossbow better? Make it a micro.
Well, it's day 4 here in Kansas. We're hunting with Horseshoe Hill Outfitters, and we've seen plenty of deer every day. This morning already, we've seen a few does come in right at first light, and then we just had 5 bucks chasing a doe hardcore out in this field. I just didn't get a good look at any of them to see if any were shooters, but we're hunting this little creek bottom, and there's a big woods to our south, and it just kind of funnels down right here, so it's in a good spot. We're just waiting for a shooter, so keep your fingers crossed. I got my Excalibur cocked and locked and ready to rock, so hopefully a big one walks by. So Bill and I were set up in a creek bottom where we saw a lot of rut activity. And the deer, because they were chasing all day, would come down to get a drink of water. We actually saw a buck breed a doe in the creek and a couple other bucks fighting in the creek. So we knew we were in the right spot. He's mounting her. You got that? There's a big buck behind there. See him chasing her off. There's one in there that's a 4.5-year-old for sure. He's not a huge body. I mean, he's not a huge rack, but man, we just had that group of bucks come in that was chasing that doe, and the one mounted the doe right in the creek right in front of us. There's one deer in there for sure that's at least a 4.5-year-old. He's got a big old body. I don't know how many points he's got. I think at least 9, but hopefully they come over here a little bit closer. But that was freaking awesome. So on the morning of our 5th day of the hunt, Bill and I are sitting in the river stand, and we had a nice buck push a doe into some thick bedding area that was about 80 yards in front of us and bedded down with the doe. So this buck was definitely a shooter, and one that I wanted to shoot with my Excalibur crossbow, but they were just out of bow range, so all I could do was sit there and wait and watch them and hope that she would bring them across the river into bow range. In the water. Yeah, oh, here comes another deer. Here comes another buck. That big 7-point that it kind of bred that first deer. Well, we've been sitting here, seems like forever. As you can see, the wind's picked up. But that buck and that doe moved about 20 yards closer. Just still not close enough. And it's too thick anyways. Hopefully they keep working this direction and we can get a shot. like 85, 90 yards away. He's definitely a shooter. He just won't let her go anywhere. The only way she hasn't tried is our direction, so I'm hoping she tries that and he lets her, because I really want to shoot him. But we'll just sit here and wait and see what happens. Well, we watched these deer for over 4 hours, and every time she would try to get up and go a different direction, he would herd her, circle around, and herd her back our direction. And I knew it was just a matter of time before she would come our way.
Crossbow Nation TV is brought to you by Mission Archery, Muzzy Broadheads, bad to the bone.
So the doe finally started to come across the river, and I think the buck thought that she was getting a little bit too far, so he started running right next to her to try to cut her off, but he stopped in my shooting lane, and that was a big mistake for him. Here she comes back this way. Oh yeah, she's across the river. God, if I wasn't worried about the arc of the arrow, I'd launch a 50-yard shot down there. She's closer now. She's like at 40 yards. I hope she don't run up that bank. Showdown, yes! Can you believe that? Dude, we have been sitting for 5 days straight, all day. This deer we've been watching for at least 3 hours. 10 to this doe. Finally, she brings him across the creek. I stroked him at 40 yards. He's down right there, no tracking. Kansas, baby, yes! I cannot believe that. Yes! Man. Horseshoe Hill Outfitters. God. And it's midday. It's, what time is it? 1:46. That's why you don't leave. That's why you don't leave the woods in November. Well, the buck stopped right in my shooting lane and I took the shot. I knew it was a good one. He didn't run far and he dropped right on camera. Thank you, man. Thank you. I did not think it was going to happen, especially when they started running. But I knew he wasn't going to let her get too far. Oh, man. Well, Bill and I had been hunting so hard for so long, sun up to sundown every single day, and to finally have a buck on the ground, I was just thrilled.
Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology.
Serious about your hunting? Learn what America's top crossbow hunters already know. The Chaos 325 from CAMX Outdoors is the deadliest crossbow hunting system ever. Powerful, light, compact, and rugged, the Chaos 325 comes ready to hunt and is the only crossbow with guaranteed accuracy and satisfaction right out of the box. See what sets them apart at CAMXCrossbows.com. 100% American made, 100% dependable, 100% guaranteed for life. CAMX, America's hunting crossbow.
All right, well, we just got down from the tree. We saw him drop, so there's no tracking. I'm gonna go get my arrow first, and then I wanna go get my hands on this deer, so follow me. I think we gotta go this way though. All right, well, here's my arrow. It's coated in blood. Blew right through him. It was about almost a 40-yard shot, but I center punched him, as you just saw. He didn't go far, maybe 30 or 40 yards, if that. So, let me get this in my quiver, and we'll go check him out. Well, Bill and I climbed down from the tree. I went and grabbed my arrow, which was covered in blood, but we didn't need to follow a blood trail. He was laying right there, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on him. All right, here he is, and there's no ground shrinkage on this deer. Let me get him out real quick. Ugh. Oh man, look at this thing. This is a great 9-point buck here in Kansas, and I could not be happier. You know, we watched this deer for over 3 hours tend to a doe. He would not let her go anywhere, and finally he pushed her across this creek that we were hunting on, and he ran right up next to us parallel. Actually, it was about a 40-yard shot, and I absolutely just pinwheeled him with my Excalibur crossbow, and the rest is history. Now I have a Kansas trophy to take home, and I could not be happier. Thank you, Bob McConnell with Horseshoe Hill Outfitters. Crossbow Nation, getting it done in Kansas. Well, I was really proud of this deer. He was a big 9-point. We hunted hard, and it paid off, and I was leaving Kansas with a trophy buck. So a big thanks goes out to Bob McConnell and Horseshoe Hill Outfitters, and without them, I couldn't have gotten this deer. Well, I hope you guys could tell how excited I was to kill that buck. You know, Bill and I spend so much time in the tree stand that when an opportunity presents itself and we end up with a successful hunt like this one in Kansas, I'm just overcome with a huge amount of emotion inside that I hope translates to you guys, the viewers, through the camera, and you could see how much fun we're having out there. So, hey, a big thank you on this hunt goes to Bob McConnell with Horseshoe Hill Outfitters. Bob is an outfitter that has multiple outfits in Canada and the United States. So he does whitetail and other big game. So if you guys are looking for a hunt, please check out Bob's website. I'll have all his contact information at the end of this episode. And as always, thank you for watching Crossbow Nation TV. We'll see you next time.